Every year, Apple launches a new iPhone. Within weeks, tens of millions of units are built, shipped, and sold almost flawlessly across more than 100 countries. No stockouts, no quality drift, no leaks, almost. This isn't luck. It's not just great design. It's one of the most tightly controlled, meticulously orchestrated supply chains ever built. This is the story of how Apple built the world's most valuable supply chain, and why no other company has been able to replicate it. Most people think Apple sells phones, laptops, and watches. But Apple's real product is integration. Apple designs the product. Apple designs the chip. Apple designs the software. Apple designs the manufacturing process. Apple designs the launch. And then it orchestrates thousands of suppliers to execute that vision perfectly. From the beginning, Apple made a radical choice. We will own the decisions, even if we don't own the factories. That single idea shaped everything. Apple doesn't own massive factories. Instead, it partners with manufacturing giants like Foxconn, Pegatron, and Wistron. But don't mistake this for outsourcing. Apple dictates factory layout, specifies tooling, controls production schedules, approves supplier hiring plans, audits quality obsessively. In many cases, Apple prepays billions for custom equipment, locking in capacity years ahead of competitors. This gives Apple something extraordinary: massive scale, extreme flexibility, zero factory ownership risk. Apple can ramp production up or down faster than almost any hardware company in history. Apple doesn't hand off designs to factories. Manufacturing is involved from day one. Every design decision is evaluated through 4 lenses. Can it be manufactured at scale? Can it be assembled with near-zero defects? Can it be tested automatically? Can it be done millions of times? This is why Apple sometimes delays features, not because they don't work, but because they can't be produced perfectly yet. Apple famously redesigns products to fit the supply chain, not the other way around. This discipline is invisible to customers, but critical to Apple's margins. Apple works with hundreds of Tier 1 suppliers and thousands of Tier 2 and Tier 3 suppliers. But this isn't a free market. Apple concentrates massive volume on a small number of suppliers, uses competition, ruthlessly moves volume instantly if quality slips, forces year-over-year cost reductions for suppliers. Winning Apple's business can mean guaranteed volume, long-term stability, prestige. But losing Apple can be fatal. This creates a system where Apple absorbs value, while suppliers absorb risk. Harsh? Yes. Effective? Extremely. Apple's product launches are supply chain miracles. Before a launch, factories run trial builds for months. Yield rates are pushed to extremes. Logistics lanes are reserved globally. Air freight capacity is locked in. At launch, millions of devices ship simultaneously. Inventory appears in stores worldwide overnight. Marketing and operations move as one. Apple even designs packaging dimensions to optimize pallet density, fit aircraft contours, reduce damage, speed store replenishment. This is why Apple launches feel effortless, even when the underlying operation is brutally complex. Apple's biggest supply chain shift came when it designed its own chips. By moving to Apple Silicon, Apple reduced dependence on Intel, gained performance per watt advantages, controlled product timelines, stabilized component supply. This wasn't just a technology decision, it was a supply chain power move. Vertical integration allowed Apple to lock competitors out of capacity, optimize hardware, software together, reduce uncertainty. In a world of chip shortages, Apple didn't just survive, it outperformed. For years, Apple's supply chain was heavily concentrated in China. This delivered speed, scale, skill density. But it also created risk. In recent years, Apple has shifted production to India and Vietnam, built multi-country redundancy, diversified suppliers, reduced single-point failures. Apple doesn't chase resilience loudly. It engineers it quietly, years in advance. Competitors try to copy Apple every year. They fail because they copy the visible pieces: contract manufacturing, global sourcing, premium pricing. But Apple's advantage lives in the invisible layer: process discipline, supplier leverage, launch orchestration, cross-functional alignment, long-term thinking. Apple didn't optimize one link, it synchronized the entire chain. Apple's supply chain isn't famous because Apple doesn't want it to be, but it's one of the most powerful business systems ever built. In a world obsessed with innovation, Apple reminds us of something deeper. The most valuable products are built by the most disciplined systems. That's why Apple isn't just a tech company, it's a supply chain legend. Hit subscribe to channel to learn more such supply chain legend stories and how they have built their empires.